Welcome back to Grandma Sims. I've shared this build on the gallery so you can download it and follow along. Let's decorate together, and most of all, let's have some fun. All right, so we've gotten quite a ways into our build. Kitchen, dining room, living room, and a downstairs bathroom done. Now we are going to do the upstairs bathroom. That is going, if you are going to use this as an Airbnb, that is going to be for our guests. It is going to be very similar to that downstairs bathroom, pretty much cut and paste situation here. So easy to replicate. You should be able to do it no problem. And then across the hall, we are going to put in the owner of this Airbnb. We're going to put in the office for them. So I made this bathroom very, what do I want to say? It's more conducive for having guests in your home. It's not as, definitely not as fancy as the master bathroom, which you would have seen in the last video. But still very nice, very cozy, keeping with our theme of the house, keeping with that modern minimalist theme in our chosen colors. Just deciding a layout for the bathroom. I'm going to decide the layout a few times of the bathroom, and that's how it goes sometimes. Like I've said before, it's so easy to just move things around in The Sims that you can't do in real life. But that's why we play The Sims, isn't it? It's because it's not real life. Because we can just, make believe for a while. Make believe we're architects or decorators, designers. So this bathroom, I believe I stayed with this layout. I decided to go with the one cabinet and then the two end pieces. Staying with our ceiling lights. One over the shower tub area, which I always find nice. Any place that I go, even in hotels, I've been in quite a few hotels where they have a light in the shower, which I appreciate to no end, because otherwise sometimes you feel like you're in there showering in the dark. You pull the curtain and the light's all in the rest of the bathroom, but there's no light in the shower. And I've been in a few really nice hotels where they do have a light in the shower, and I very much appreciate that. Let's pull in some more things in to cozy up the bathroom. Now, as far as keeping this house in this theme, in this goth theme, and I'm not by any means saying goth the lifestyle, because that has a lot of different connotations to it, and the lifestyle to me is very fascinating. But there is no one design or one choice when it comes to the goth lifestyle. I base mine here off of the goth family that lives within The Sims and their more Victorian house. I didn't really want to redo their home I know that's been done a few times. People redoing the goth home, filling in areas in the goth home that are blank or bare. I'm fine with them. I'm good with them as a family. I'm fine with their house. That's the house that they live in. I don't feel the need to do that for myself personally. But with this one, I wanted to take the feeling of the goth, but modernize it, bring it more up to date, more in tune to something we might see, might see now if you were on the market. The Goth family, I don't believe there is enough here for them to even live in this house. They need to stay across the street. They'd be awesome neighbors. So whatever sim that you move in here, they'd be getting some really awesome neighbors in the Goth family across the street. Again, minimalist clutter inside this little guest bath. The 2 little hand towels. This is the one where if you do run this as somewhat of a pseudo Airbnb, this is the bathroom your guests would be using. So this is where you would want those amenities that you provide for your guests. Clean towels, little soap and shampoo, in case they forgot theirs. Sometimes that happens. But making it feel very cozy for your guests. These little uplights work beautifully in this build, and I used them, where did I use them? Oh, I used them on the Cupcake Cafe on the outside. I used all those uplights to accentuate the building, and I do love those, and normally I don't use them inside the house. But I did use them here. Actually, I think there's one other house I used them. I think that build is coming up. I used them to accentuate a fireplace. They're great lights. There's not a lot of places to use them, but when you find the perfect place to use them, that's when they really come in handy. So this is the owner's office. If you do use this as with guests in mind, like I've been saying, then I would lock this door if you don't want them to go in this room either. Originally, this would have been a part of the master bedroom bathroom suite, this office, but we have it out here in the hallway. We made some modifications. But this is where the homeowner, I'm imagining, either books the guests into the guest room, or maybe is a work from home sim. So there's a beautiful sitting area that's going to be in here, and some bookcases, a nice desk and computer. Just a really lovely home office with all the appropriate activities for the homeowner that I imagine the homeowner would need an office for. I like that we have so many items in this category. I do like to build in this category. I would say this is probably my second or third favorite category when it comes to building. Of course, my first category, my first favorite thing building is farms and horse ranches or chicken ranches or the country theme. I love building farmhouses. I think they're, and I love to clutter up a farmhouse because there's so much That makes a farmhouse just super cozy, just super homey and wonderful. I just love them. I would have to say that's probably that it probably is my top favorite house type to build in. Trying to think if there's another one that beats this out or not, but this would either be second or third when it comes to building this modern minimalistic vibe, especially in these colors. I could do this whole house again, maybe in a gray, but keeping these same vibes. Just a little halfway done with this house. This office and the bathroom kind of rounding out, starting to round up upstairs. So you want to hit the subscribe and like button, and maybe share it with some fellow builders that you know of. We have the enclosed patio coming up, and there are going to be some really great things out there. A lot of plants and lights. Very beautiful enclosed patio area. And then we will finish up with these two guest bedrooms. You can see them on the end of the build here. Those are going to be the two guest bedrooms that will finish out this build. Like I said, if the sim is a work from home sim, maybe they're a YouTuber, maybe they're a videographer, maybe I put a drone in here. Maybe they do, I don't know, some kind of drone videos for a corporate company or something. But I'm imagining this would be the way the sim would be making money, and then renting out the rooms is just, side money, little extra. Something to have, company come and stay. It's a very cute, cozy office. I used now the rest of the house, the regular walls are all the same color. Obviously the bathrooms are tiled, but in this office, I just wanted to brighten it up just a hair. I'm looking for a place for this photo in case you're wondering what's going on here. I'm totally looking for a place for this photo and not finding one. So we'll just put it where I was going to put it anyway. For work purposes, maybe, I wanted this room to be just a little bit brighter. So this wallpaper still gives me the vibes from the rest of the house, but brighten it up a little bit. If you're gonna do blogs or anything like that and you stand in front of the camera, then what's behind you, I think that needed to be a little bit more on the brighter side. So I'm imagining they painted this room different. It doesn't go with the house that I got the inspiration from, because they really did keep everything from the floor to the ceiling completely black. But I wanted to go in my own direction, so I did. And that's allowed. You don't have to follow anybody else's directions. You do you. It's one of my favorite sayings. You do you. And it works in any situation, good or bad. So just imagining, maybe this is the car of their dreams. Someday they'll have the car of their dreams. I mean, not in The Sims, because that's never going to happen, and we all need to live with that. This sim that lives here can dream. They can dream. I think, I don't know. I don't know if that's a Lamborghini or what that car is. Maybe somebody could tell me if they know what the car is in that photo. It's some fancy car, that's for sure. Some greenery. We need greenery in every room. I'm just trying to get it so it's not clipping out in the shelves. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, and you may have noticed I used medium wall height in this house, and that was mostly for the windows. The windows on this house I wanted to use were more, they have that frame around them, and I needed medium height walls to make them look decent. So yes, we use taller walls here. And you can tell that by the placement of the items. I kept the items still lower, but I needed those windows. Love these photos that show all the different worlds in The Sims, and it brought a very tiny little pop of color to this room, which I also adore. I didn't do this in any of the other rooms. The bookcases have a pop of color. These pictures or photos, whatever you want to call them, they have a pop of color. And I didn't do that in the rest of the house, but I really felt that this office was different, and I wanted it to feel different. Just changing out the doors to these two bedrooms on the end. We're not going to do those right now. I believe we're just going to put in a little bit of something here in the hallway. Over in this little corner here, just a little sitting area, a little sitting nook, just to make it cozy at the top of the stairs when you come up the stairs. You know, I think I put a chair here, or maybe I didn't. Oh, you know, when the memory goes, what can you do? I know I decorated this corner, so I guess we go with that. No, I put a chair here. I know I did. So, oh yeah. Hallways can somewhat be difficult for me. It's a hallway, so it can be difficult for me to know what to put there. I don't have, per se, a hallway in my home that would even need decorating, or even, I mean, we have one hallway that goes down, you know, to the bedrooms, but, you know, in The Sims, it would be a one-tile hallway. It's not very big. And it doesn't need decorating. It's a pass-through from one room to another. So I guess I don't have any real-world experience decorating, per se, like an upstairs hallway like this. So I went with something basic, just a sitting area with a table, little lamp, maybe a place to put your shoes on. I could put some shoes there or something. So yeah, exciting. Next we're doing that enclosed patio. So we'll see you then. Remember, keep it creative, keep it cozy. See you for the next video.